That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Ryan O'Halloran.
Jason David Frank.
Humberto Ramos.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' With Web Show. I'm GW Pomacher. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't done it yet, we'd love it if you go down and hit subscribe so you can come back over and over. We've got some amazing, we've got authors, we've got artists, we've got filmmakers, we've got actors, entertainers, musicians, creators of all kinds. We're here this weekend at the Brevard Renaissance Fair at Wickham Park in Melbourne, Florida, and we're hanging out right now with Jeri Russell and McKenna Russell and Emily Brevard.
Indeed.
Thank you.
I was
welcome. Not going to do that well.
Everyone says that. It's always Brevard.
Emily Brevard.
It's her place. This is her place.
Yes, of course.
That's her place.
Of course.
Okay. So, and we're hanging out, and in turn we have this year at the Renaissance Fair. It is the season of the Hood. It is a retelling of the Robin Hood tale, and we're here with Maid Marian. Yes. And we have Mayor Aubrey Darling.
Yes.
Yes. And then Mary Yell, the town crier. And again, Emily is dual roles. She's the town crier and annoyance.
Of course, of course.
So,
annoying.
I mean, she's stretching those acting muscles.
Oh yeah.
Dual, you know, it's kind of like the Parent Trap. You know, you do one actress, two parts.
Oh yeah.
Only hers are really complimentary. So, ladies, you know, we've talked to the guys. They're out sword fighting or throwing spears or something.
Well, actually.
And, yeah, I know. I saw that. We're gonna get there. And so, let's start. I know this is your second year at the Red Fair doing this. Okay. And so, how's this year going, Jeri?
This year is going wonderfully. We've had massive crowds. Everyone seems to be having just a wonderful time. And we've enjoyed entertaining them.
And what's amazing is that you guys are playing these parts. You have several skits throughout the day.
Yes, we do.
But you're also playing your parts to the crowd as you're wandering around.
Yes.
So there's a lot of improv work going on.
There's a lot of improv. We have 3 acts. We have the opening with Prince John arriving. And then we have our second act is the Royal Procession, where Robin Hood tries to steal the King's gold. And a huge melee ensues from there.
Wow, yeah.
And then the third act is at the joust field where Robin must show himself or be captured or Maid Marian loses her head.
Wow, and now, Jeri, you have a fun time today because you, we've been watching the character that you're bringing to life, and this is probably one of 3 characters that's actually kind of the nobility. Prince John's a good guy for you.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily?
I'm obligated to...
You're obligated, okay.
Yes, I'm holding the festival in his honor to appease him so that he will maybe go a little bit easier on our villagers and maybe take a little less taxes. But secretly, I am rooting for Robin because I'm a friend to the people and a liaison between the people and the crown.
Very nice, very nice. Now we're going to get to McKenna because she gets to be a complete badass this year.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh dear,
my.
Oh, thank you.
Look, we have pirate hats. The flying enter prop, throw props. That's right. This is, you know, normally they can't throw things at me on the show. Apparently we can do this now.
Throw it at the guests.
That's right. So you get to be a complete badass this year.
Yes, I do.
So, last year you remember the court?
Yes, I was Queen Guinevere.
You were Guinevere. And this year, though, you get a sword.
Yeah.
And you get to tear into Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
And you get to kick his butt, too, by the way. We watched that like 3 times.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So, were you excited to do the physical stuff this year? Was that something that you were really excited about doing this year?
Do it this year? Or
this year.
Yes, I was very excited because this character has a lot of depth and leadway that you can play around with, and fighting is always a good thing.
It's always a good thing.
It's really fun, yeah.
Yeah, and so how? Yeah, I know. Last year you were Guinevere.
Yes.
How long have you been doing the Ren Fair? Just 2 years?
Yesteryear.
She's in character all the time.
Yes, last year was my first year at the Renaissance Fair.
Do you enjoy it?
Oh yes, it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Now that you're more comfortable, and this is your second year, you get to do a lot more physical stuff this year.
It's true.
How does it compare? You get it's just as much fun.
I think Marion's a little more fun than
Yeah?
being the queen because you'd be a little more proper with the queen.
Ah.
Marion gets to cut loose a little bit, you know, sword fight.
Yeah.
I like the physical aspect of it.
That's really, really cool. And of course, you're a lot more comfortable with the cast this year. You know a lot of these folks, not just from the rehearsals this past 6 or 8 months, but because they come back from last year. So a lot more comfortable with the cast. How was that coming together again to put on another show?
It's great. It's like a family, really.
Yes.
So
It's just kind of really nice to come back everybody
much
all
so.
together. Okay.
We're a very eclectic group and
Yes.
a very accepting group and it's just a wonderful, wonderful troupe to be with.
We love coming back every year. You guys are always so welcoming, and it's so much fun to talk to you guys. Now, Emily?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So tell us a little bit about your character, and what do you think of the Ren Fair so far?
Indeed. Well, this is my first year. 3, 2, 1, I see. Perfect. But I definitely think it's a lot of fun. Just yelled, so I'm a little slurry right now. But it's my first year, and I've never actually been to a Ren Fair before, so it's kind of ironic because I just jumped straight into it. But there was definitely a lot of encouragement from the cast. I was a little worried about it at first because some of them were so strong at the practices, but really, like they say, it is a big family and you grow to be used to it. And the yell part, Mary Yell, that was actually encouraged by Thomas at first, and I was not anxious to do it. But once
Why
I
did
got
I
that
know
down,
that?
Exactly. Once I got that down, it really helped me develop my character more because I thought it would be a fun leeway into being loud because I've been told by friends I'm quite loud, of course. So it really
McKenna
fit the
didn't even
character.
hesitate. She's like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She knows. She knows at practices as well. Hence why I don't need the mic. But
There you go. There you go. So, any favorite moments this year? Favorite patron moments? Favorite moments that from the skits? What's your favorite part?
I definitely have to.
My favorite part is the sword fighting. We
Yeah.
went through several classes in combat
McKenna's
choreography.
like, darn, she got mine.
Yeah, that was
that's really all of ours that are fighting. We were trained with the combat choreography by Rick and Donna, who did a fabulous job.
Awesome.
Made us very comfortable, emphasized on safety, and then turned us loose out there. And we are so looking forward to doing more combat. That's my favorite part.
That's fantastic. McKenna, you too, I guess.
Yes, I do love the stage combat. The fight scene is really fun and physical, but I think one of my favorite parts is the times I get to sneak off with Robin Hood, and you have Friar Tuck and my companion Clarice looking for us throughout the fair and asking people where we are, and I think that's
kind of
kinda
fun.
fun
It's
and-
kind of just
yeah.
playful
Yeah.
with the audience.
Absolutely.
What's your very favorite part?
I'm going to be honest, I don't know how they pick one. I've got essentially
hard.
3 majors. Like theirs is that big part, which is the fight. And I have no idea why, but it just looks fabulous. But she steals the sword from one of the knights, Ren, who is Meredith. I'm not sure if she's been up here. But the way they do it, she runs forward and then Meredith chases her, and she goes and turns behind her and steals the sword out of Meredith's sheath, and it just looks magnificent. But my favorite part of this year has probably got to be in the first weekend at the final joust, and everyone's saying, I'm Robin Hood. There was this one little boy who was doing that, and after Robin Hood jumped over and when the knights were grabbing him, he was still keeping it up. He's like, no, I'm Robin Hood. I'm the real Robin. Let him go! The whole time, and it was just so adorable, and the longer it went, the more sorrowful it got, and it was just so nice to see the patrons get so into it.
It is. It's so great to see them get into it. We were at the one of the jousts, I believe, last weekend, and there was a young man down front, and a young disabled boy down front, and they got to that part, and everyone was yelling, "I'm Robin," and "I'm Robin," and then as they brought you all in, so we could see the cast. Was it the sheriff or Prince John that grabbed hold of you?
Yes,
And then,
Prince John grabs
and
my
then somebody
hair.
grabbed hold of Robin.
Yes.
And this little boy lost his mind. You guys were in peril as far as he was concerned.
Oh my goodness.
And the tears streamed. I could see his dad reach over
Oh my goodness.
and hug him and say, it's okay, it's okay. And then when you guys were all done performing, the dad was showing him, look, they're fine, they're good. Because as soon as you guys got grabbed and got into that moment, he just let go.
Oh my God, that's
And it was just such an amazing moment to see how great at touching that audience.
Yeah.
This is a story that I think everyone knows,
Yes.
Everybody older than 10 years old knows the Robin Hood tale.
Absolutely.
Yes,
So
definitely.
it was really neat to see that you guys performed it so well, and you really reached in and you gave this boy a performance of his life. Also, his father will be calling.
Oh.
Traumatized my
So
child.
this show's over today. This is the last performance. What's next for you guys? What do you guys got going on next? And I know you do a lot of other things.
Yes.
So what's coming up? What's coming up next?
Well, we focus a lot on cosplay. We had a teen cosplay club for a couple of years. It's been dormant, but we're working on new cosplays.
Awesome.
Just completed one for Star Wars with Avid.
Oh, wow.
She's mostly in the comic books right now. McKenna may be working on Jane from Tarzan, from the Disney Tarzan. If we could talk
Awesome.
Thomas into being Tarzan.
Oh.
It would be
Oh.
perfect, right?
Yeah, it
I'm
would.
not sure he'd shave the beard, but
Ooh, I don't know.
but right now probably working towards MegaCon.
As are we.
Are
As
you?
are we.
Wonderful.
Cosplay Michael is working toward MegaCon, and he's got some great ideas this year that are going to both be expensive and challenging because I have no skills. I have to learn everything on the fly and follow him around. So we're looking forward to that. And what do you have coming up?
That's a question I don't know the answer to as of yet. This Ren Fair has been really fun. I honestly joined it on the spur of the moment. I don't even take school.
Are you hooked? Is she hooked?
Yes,
Do we-
she's hooked.
we got her now?
We got her.
I'm
We got her.
We got her.
We're
She's
not
here.
letting her go.
After the Ren Fair last week, coming back here, the whole week I was just, I swear my teachers probably thought I had mild depression. The whole time I'm just like, this school is so boring. Ren Fair is so much better than this.
Stick with these guys
Oh, yeah.
and wait till you get to a convention.
I'm planning to at least do
Oh yeah.
the sword fights that in the fighting classes that Rick and Donna are offering. I'm planning to definitely take part
That's
in
awesome,
those.
and I also understand we got to speak yesterday to Ian White, who's out doing the combat training out back. He's coming back to town in a couple weeks at the request of some of the Ren Fair folks to do his stage and screen combat class.
We hadn't heard. That's
Yes,
wonderful.
so check in with Ian. It's got some great stuff.
Absolutely.
That's it? I don't like her very much. First she throws things at us, and now we have to wrap it up. All right, so we'll say thank you. We'll say thanks to our partners and our friends at Some Unique Magazine, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies right here in Melbourne, Florida, Off the Chain Radio with Yvonne Mason, Heather Reed of Asylum Convention and Entertainment Services. They're the great folks that book us into conventions to help us do the show places. And our great new friends at Krypton Radio. We are going to be launching in just a few weeks, everybody. We're going to be launching once a week. We're going to be doing the Hangin' With Web Show Radio Hour.
Oh, wonderful.
So we're going to be bringing the interviews to international radio, which is really
That's
awesome.
cool, yes.
And our folks here at the Brevard Renaissance Fair for letting us come in here and hang out with their cast and their crew and their entertainers, and then just letting us walk around and act goofy because it's a Ren Fair. It's awesome. Guys, I'm GW Pomacher. We've been hanging with Jeri Russell, McKenna Russell, Emily Berard. I got that? Emily, I screwed up the Emily part. See that? I don't mess with the back end of the, no. Right up front.
Emily B.
Emily B.
There we go.
Maid Marian, Mayor Aubrey Darling, and Mary Yell.
Mary Yell, town crier and annoyance.
One more time. Mary Yell.
Town
There you
crier
go.
and annoyance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember, log on, tune in, see who we're hanging with next.